Hey guys, and welcome to Resilient Ratty. My name is Ratik Dutt, and I'm currently pursuing my master's in marketing from Purdue University. It's been a while since I uploaded my last video because I've been a little occupied with my vacation. I'd gone to see family in New Jersey, and it was amazing. But it's time to get back to reality now and get back into the rigor of the university. And I just wanted to wish you guys a very happy new year. I hope and wish that this year brings all the prosperity that is possible for you guys. And I hope to see this channel grow and to be interacting with you on a consistent basis. So, one of the most common questions that I get asked on LinkedIn about Purdue University, and in all honesty, to be fair, it was a question that was on my mind as well when I got an admit from Purdue University was whether I should go ahead and do the 18-month program or 10-month program. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to break down the advantages, the pros and cons of doing your course in 18 months versus 10 months, and then let you guys decide for those of you who've gotten an admit from Purdue University, which would be a better fit for you. I think, and I honestly think, like if you haven't checked out my previous video where I spoke about why I chose Purdue University as my choice of university, the fact that you get this flexibility to choose between two durations is one of those things that really attracted me to Purdue University in the first place. So go check it out. You will see it on the top right hand side of your screen, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, here goes. Let's talk about it. So before we get into the logistics of talking about the 10-month program versus the 18-month program, I must profess and I must clarify that most of the students in my class are doing the 18-month program, whereas I am myself doing the 10-month program, and I'm going to break down why I chose the 10-month program over the 18-month program. So before we get into the details of the 18-month program and 10-month program, just a few facts that I wanted to state out here is the fact that just a few facts that I wanted to state were that the curriculum, the number of credits, expected credits that you're required to do at the end of 10 months and 18 months is the same. You're required to do 33 credits, irrespective of whether you're doing the 10-month program or the 18-month program. So that remains unchanged. So it's not like if you're doing the 18-month program, you're expected to do more credits as well, which is why the tuition fee for both the programs is also going to be the same. It's going to be $45,000 as per my academic year, which is the year of 2024. If there is a revision, you can always go and check it out on the university's website. So irrespective of whether you do the 10-month program or the 18-month program, you're going to end up paying the same tuition fee. So that's not going to be a consideration as to why you would pick one over the other. But of course, your living expenses for an 18-month program are going to be more in the 18-month program as compared to the 10-month program. But we'll talk about how you can overcome that challenge in a bit as well right now. So let's talk about the 18-month program. Like I said, the tuition remains the same irrespective whether you've taken up the 18-month program or the 10-month program. So $45,000 is what students in my class have paid for the 18-month program, and 33 credits is what we expected to finish. So the advantages, the benefits of doing a 18-month program is that you get to stretch out your credits over a period of 18 months rather than 10, which gives you a little more breathing space to go about doing a lot of things which makes a student life more enriching for a student here in the United States of America. For example, you get more time to do a part-time job on campus because you're only allowed to work on campus. So you can take up a non-campus part-time job and get the experience of actually working on campus as well, getting the experience of working part-time either in a diner or in administration. There are several options available for you in the university. This is something for those of you who want to experience that American college life, having especially that international student feeling. If you're coming from a country like India, where the concept of on-campus recruitment is not very, it's not as popular as it is here in the US. You would definitely want to do the 18-month program so that you can experience that feeling as well. That's not to say that you can't do an on-campus job in 10 months. In fact, as a matter of fact, my best friend from Purdue is doing a 10-month program like me, and she's also doing an on-campus job. But it's just something that's not for everyone. When you're doing a 10-month program, there you have other priorities. You want to get your internship or your job as soon as possible because you have 8 months less of that as compared to the people who are doing 18 months. So I'm not saying that it's impossible to do an on-campus job with a 10-month program. It's not. In fact, people are doing it, but it's just a lot easier and a lot more comfortable when you're doing the 18-month program. Another advantage that you get for doing the 18-month program is that since you have more time, you also get the time to explore the country a lot more. I know people who've taken up only one credit, who've taken up only one subject over the course of 2 months, and they've gotten a lot of time to travel around, explore Indiana, explore Chicago, explore the rest of the United States of America. So that's something that is attracting you, then that could be a consideration for you as well. Keep in mind that even though your expenses are rising, if you're going to be if you're doing an 18-month, I'm assuming that if you're doing an 18-month program, you would definitely be doing an on-campus job, and you're going to earn a decent amount of money in that. It's enough to take care of your monthly expenses, as a matter of fact. So that really helps you explore the country a lot more easily as compared to the 10-month program where you might be on a limited budget, and if you're not doing an on-campus job, that would mean that a higher loan amount would need you would need a higher loan amount to go about financing your expenses, and also the consideration that you have lesser time as compared to the people who are doing the 18-month program as well. Another very big advantage of doing the 18-month program, and this is the consideration that a lot of people have had um, over the course that I've spoken to them, is the fact that when you're doing an 18-month program, you actually get a break in May, June. So if you're doing the 10-month program, you graduate in May. If you're doing the in May 20, so for my batch, let's take my batch as an example. My batch started in July 2023. The people who are doing the completing the 10-month program like me will be graduating in May 2024. On the other hand, the people who are doing the 18-month program will be graduating in December 2024. So for the people who are graduating in December 2024, they will have about 3 months during the summer to do an internship where they can test out how they like America as a place to work, and this is especially useful if you don't have prior work experience, because in case you don't have prior work experience, it allows you to get foot in the door of companies here in the US. There is a possibility of actually converting your internship to a full-time opportunity as well. So even though you don't have full-time work, even though you may not have had full-time work experience before you did the program, you now do have internship experience, and you can leverage that experience to getting a full-time offer in that very same company as well. It doesn't always happen. Just a disclaimer. No, it's not a means to discourage you, but the hard truth is that the market is a little difficult now. So there have been instances where I've spoken to people where the internships, even though the companies were very happy with their performances, they just could not convert the internship to a full-time offer because they weren't looking to hire full-time. But then this is again, like I've spoken about this before, it's an economic cycle. What's gone down will come up again, and there will be instances where the conversion rate of an internship to a full-time offer will be a lot higher as compared to what it is now. It's just about economic conditions right now, and it's got nothing to do with the internships in themselves. Given that you also have more time to spend on campus and you have more time to spend in general, you also get the opportunity to work in more clubs, socialize, network better in an 18-month program. So that's something which could be uh, eye catching for a lot of people as well, because networking is very important. Networking is king, because if you want to get an internship or a job opportunity here in the US, it's very important to network really well. As a matter of fact, we have our on-campus fairs, but that's about it in terms of the opportunities that the college gives us in terms of getting us to meet with companies directly. Of course, there are other events like corporate meetups as well, but for the most part, we are kind of on our own as compared to someone who's doing an undergrad degree or an MBA degree, because the difference between doing a master's degree and an undergrad slash MBA degree is the fact that companies usually have a certain quota of students that they're looking to hire out of undergrad programs and out of MBA programs. So they do come on campus specifically to recruit a few students from certain target universities, Purdue being one of them. But unfortunately, for when you're doing a master's program, you're neither there nor here. You're not doing an undergrad program. Neither are you doing an undergrad program, nor are you doing an MBA program. So you're kind of on your own when it comes to looking for jobs. Networking is very important, and given that you have more time to actually talk to people and to build up relationships, the 18-month program seems to be a lot more suitable for people who prefer going down that route. It also gives you the opportunity to take part in several on campus activities. We spoke about on campus jobs, but there are other avenues as well. You can be part of the Purdue Graduate Marketing Association, You could also be a part of several clubs that are on offer. And at Purdue, there's a club for almost any and every interest that you may have. So that also gives you an extra opportunity to experience the American college life as well. Now that we've spoken a bit about the 18-month program, let's talk about the 10-month program, because if there are so many benefits to doing the 10 or the 18-month program, apologies, why would anyone want to do the 10-month program? Why would I want to do the 10-month program, for example? So to understand why someone wants to do a 10-month program, you'd have to understand the demographics of the classroom here at Purdue University. There are people with a wide range of experiences and educational qualifications here at Purdue University. I personally, like I've spoken about earlier in my channel, have done a postgrad degree. I had an MBA degree from Athena School of Management in Mumbai, and there are some of my peers who already have a postgrad degree as well from India or from their respective countries. And in addition to that, they also have what sets them apart from me personally is the fact that they also have actually have a decent number of years of work experience. When I say a decent number of years of work experience, I'm talking like 3 or 4, maybe even 5. So for these people, it makes more sense to go about doing the 10-month program because they already have a postgrad degree, they already have good solid work experience on their resume and in terms of experience as well, which they can leverage to getting a full-time offer. They can make a case for themselves in front of companies where they say that they wouldn't really require to go through the internship route to get a job because they've already proved that they're metal when it comes to past experiences. So for people who are on limited time, perhaps because they are at that stage of their career where they don't want to take too long of a break from work or they feel that they want to get into the workforce as soon as possible, it makes more sense to do the 10-month program. And another benefit of the 10-month program is that whereas you may be graduating in May 2024, if you're from my batch, you do get the opportunity to intern as well. If someone like me who doesn't have full-time work experience but still wants to get done with the program in 10 months, presumably because he or she already has a postgrad degree, which is what my thinking was. My understanding was that though I don't have full-time work experience, I do have internship experiences, and I'm at that stage of life where I want to get into the workforce as soon as possible. So for people like me, you can still apply for internships on the completion of your program. The opportunities you have in terms of internships are a little lesser as compared to doing an 18-month program. So there will be what that basically means is that there will be certain companies who will be adamant that they want you to be they want you to be a current student at your university so that they can pick you up for internships. And if you've done the 10-month program, you've already graduated from the university, you wouldn't be eligible for their internship program and you would only be eligible for their full-time program, which is a major drawback because it reduces the number of companies that you can actually apply to. That is a risk that I was personally willing to take, and it's something that is it is. I wouldn't say that and I would say that it's a fairly common theme where companies very specifically list out that they are looking for interns who are graduating either in December 2024 and May 2025. So that makes me ineligible to apply for these internships. But having said that, there are still opportunities available where certain companies will say that they are okay with the idea of a recent graduate joining their organization for an internship. So these are the companies that I'm personally looking for in terms of an internship. Of course, I'm applying to full time jobs as well, but it's like I said, since I don't have prior work experience, going down that internship route and getting a foot in the door is a lot easier than directly getting a full time offer. So that's what my plan has been. But in terms of people who've already had a lot of work experience, they probably wouldn't need to they can prove their metal, they can prove their capabilities via their past experience, especially if they've had 3 plus years of work experience. Then they can demonstrate that they can demonstrate that they possess the qualities and the skills that are required to succeed at the job itself. So it makes sense for these people to do a 10-month program and to shorten the amount of time that they're going to stay away from the workplace. So that is usually the mindset of people. As a general rule, that's been the mindset of people who are doing the 10-month program. Another benefit that you get with doing the 10-month program is that you're actually reducing the opportunity cost of spending another additional 8 months at the university. because you can use those 8 months to either already start earning in terms of your new job, or use that time to be looking for a new job. So the opportunity cost of staying away from the workforce is a lot less in the 10-month program versus the 18-month program. And yeah, I know that there are caveats here. People are a little worried about not being able to do a part-time job with the 10-month program, but in all honesty, it is manageable. It's not impossible. It is difficult. I'm not going to lie about that, but it is very much possible to do the 10-month program and be doing on-campus jobs as well. If you can manage your time extremely well, it is very much possible. And in that case, not only are you saving on tons of living expenses here in West Lafayette, honestly, the on campus jobs are sufficient to be paying off your rent and paying off a few of your living expenses. At least, I mean, about 60-70% of your living expenses can be covered with an on campus job. And if you're doing a 10-month program, which anyway is going to have reduced living expenses, you'll really be saving on a lot of money. So if you can actually manage that, and manage to network and look for jobs and do all the like do the several things that you're required to do as a Purdue grad. I think the 10-month program is a good option, especially if you have work experience. So another benefit of doing the 18-month program is that in scenarios like right now, where the economy is not as terrific as you would like it to be, and the market is a bit slow, the number of jobs that are available are not very high in number. What happens when you do an 18-month program versus a 10-month program is that you get an additional 8 months to look for a job. For someone who has done the 10-month program, on the completion of the program and on the receiving of the EAD, they would only have 3 months or 90 days to look for a job if they haven't found one already, after which they would be required to go back to their home country. Whereas people who are doing the 18-month program are actually going to have another additional 8 months to be looking for a job. So, in case you haven't found a job already, there are people who started off with doing the 10-month program, but then looking at the economy and the state of the job market, they decided to extend their program from the 10-month program to the 18-month program. I personally cannot do that because in order to extend your program, you need to have not taken up all your general electives before the spring semester. But that's something that I've already done. I've taken up all my general electives before the spring semester, which means that the only credits that I have left are all mandatory subjects, which are only available for the spring and they're not available for the fall, which means that I have to finish my program in 10 months or just postpone it by another year instead of by 8 months, which is not something that I'm willing to do. But in case you are in case you are in a similar boat to most people who do the 10-month program and then switch to an 18-month program where you have the option of postponing or dropping a few of your general electives and taking them up in the consequent fall, you have that option as well. You can always start off with the 10-month program and then somewhere down the line decide that it's probably not the correct program for you and then go ahead and do the 18-month program. That the university offers that kind of flexibility as well, which is again a huge plus of being a student at this prestigious university. So in case you're wondering why, despite the many benefits that the 18-month program offers and the fact that I don't have full-time work experience, why went ahead and chose the 10-month program over the 18-month program. It's basically because despite the fact that I don't have full-time work experience, I'm still at that point of life. I'm at that point of time in my life where I'm very eager to join the workforce. And I figured that spending another 8 months as a student would not, for me, on a personal basis, be the best utilization of my time. It wouldn't be the optimum utilization of my time because, like I said, there are instances where if you do the 18-month program, you would only have one or two subjects to do in the span of a month and a half and a lot of free time. And I just felt like I wanted to utilize that time in actually looking for a job or already working in the best case scenario. In an ideal situation, I'd already have a job. So that's why I chose to do the 10-month program. But if you are in no such hurry, I think the 18-month program is a good tactic for you, especially if you don't have work experience, because you do get the opportunity of doing an internship and getting a foot in the door as well. Whereas on the other hand, if you do have work experience, sufficient work experience, and are not willing to spend that much time away from the workforce, 10-month program seems to be the right option for you. But having said all of this, at the end of the day, the program is tailor made according to what your preferences and tastes are. depending after taking all these factors that I've spoken about into consideration, you need to sit down and make a good decision with a level head about whether you would like to go ahead with the 10-month program or the 18-month program, because it is one of the most important decisions that you make here at Purdue, and it's something which can get very, very confusing. I hope that I've been able to break down the pros and cons of both the options and help you make your decision. And don't worry about it. Despite, I mean, I know that I said that it's a very important decision to make, but one thing that I've learned from life is that even when it comes to important decisions, it's very important to take them seriously. But it's also very important to ensure that you're not letting them get to you. You're not letting the decision making process get to you. So stay calm, stay level headed, and believe in yourself, because at the end of the day, irrespective of what program you end up doing, you just have to work hard while you're at this university, and this university provides you with ample opportunities to shine and to truly make the most of your time here. So, well, if you like this video, don't forget to leave me one of these. It really helps the channel, guys, because it helps the YouTube algorithm understand that you guys are liking my videos and would hence consequently push my videos to a lot of other people who are non-subscribers or who haven't viewed the channel. So it's of great help. It's of immense help for me if you leave me one of these. And if you like my content, make sure that you subscribe to my channel as well and keep the notifications switched on so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And speaking of upcoming videos, if there are any videos that you would like me to talk about with respect to Purdue or with respect to any of my past experiences, please leave that in the comment section below. And I'll definitely try my best to make a video about that. Thank you so much, guys. It's a new year, it's a new beginning, and I feel like it's going to be a good one. So take care, guys. I'll see you soon. Until next time. It was one of those questions that it was one of very clear advantages. The fact that you get to, so there are a wide range of people